Hello, today's video we have the following content.
Xiao Zhan has no face at Milan Fashion Week. The CEO of the top luxury brand wrote a handwritten invitation letter and arranged him in the C position for 3 consecutive years. Recently, there has been a controversy online about Xiao Zhan's no face at Milan Fashion Week. It is believed that Xiao Zhan has been leaking and the brand has not arranged anything. In fact, this is completely a rumor against Xiao Zhan. Xiao Zhan was invited by the CEO's handwritten invitation letter from the beginning. Not only that, Xiao Zhan has been arranged in the C position in the front row for 3 consecutive years. This is not exaggerated. It is worth mentioning that Xiao Zhan, as a top star, still has a lot of face after so many years. It is reported that some bloggers on the internet satirized Xiao Zhan's no face at Milan Fashion Week. In fact, this is completely a rumor, which can be said to be outrageous. Xiao Zhan was invited by the CEO's handwritten invitation letter from the beginning. Not only that, Xiao Zhan's seat has been in the C position in the front row for 3 consecutive years. The brand CEO has been changing all the time, and Xiao Zhan's status and position have never changed. For Xiao Zhan has a huge face and is still a top star. He can shine on the world stage. This is strength. After Xiao Zhan participated in Milan Fashion Week for the first time, he won the title of high-level conqueror of Oriental faces. At the 2025 Fall-Winter Milan Fashion Week, Xiao Zhan will appear as the global spokesperson for Tod's, opening up the collision of Chinese and Western fashion beauty with his high-end, unique temperament and profound connotation. Compared with other stars' punch and show-watching behavior, his performance has been highly praised by the Italian media and is regarded as an aesthetic symbol with both classical elegance and modern tension. This is not the first time he has been praised, but he has always been like the most dazzling and unique star in the stands. Why is Xiao Zhan always the most favored at Milan Fashion Week? First of all, let's take a look at Xiao Zhan's performance in past shows. He showed an extremely outstanding ability to control the scene in the front row of the Tod's show. He is the star. He wore a camel-colored cashmere coat specially customized by a certain brand and appeared on the cover of Vogue Italia with one hand in his pocket. It is reported that on foreign websites, the number of clicks on his original pictures exceeded 10 million within 24 hours, which is far higher than that of European and American stars in the same occasion. Looking at his performance during the Gucci lunch again, he was praised as the Oriental nobleman. When he was invited to a closed-door private dinner, he chose an ink and wash bamboo pattern shirt with platinum cufflinks, integrating the aura of Chinese literati into the genes of Italian luxury brands. Even the brand's creative director couldn't help but exclaim in private, "He really cleverly made the aesthetics of the East and the West find a common measure." In fact, he was walking slowly on the street alone. This fashion leader with an Oriental face can also trigger a warm pursuit on social media. Afterwards, he inadvertently walked into the gallery of Vittorio Emanuele to buy stationery. Just by virtue of the unique look of the khaki trench coat and black framed glasses, the topic of quickly topped the trend list in many countries. Tod's official Twitter account confirmed and claimed the same product overnight. Is there anyone else who is so fashionable and tasteful, and has demonstrated a strong ability to bring goods in overseas markets time and time again? According to the analysis of WWD, the secret of Xiao Zhan's ability to break through the circle again and again is that his 3-dimensional facial structure is consistent with European classical aesthetics. Simply put, he accurately captured the key points of foreigners' aesthetics. Xiao Zhan's smart almond eyes and slightly upturned thin lips still retain the unique charm of the East. This style of cleverly combining different characteristics and abandoning gender boundaries is exactly in line with the global fashion industry's expectations for diversified beauty in the post-epidemic era. Compared with the ignorance and immaturity when he first stepped onto the Milan court 5 years ago, he can now calmly respond to the in-depth interview with the editor-in-chief of the Italian version of GQ, and can use English to explain the view that fashion is the translation of culture, not just piling up. In fact, looking back at Xiao Zhan's journey through the 5 major fashion weeks, we can see a clear strategic upgrade. He made his debut in Milan in 2019. With his newly accumulated popularity, he was able to enter the Moschino show. However, his styling was criticized, and was accused of having the style of a Korean flower boy, which is not very compatible with street fashion. During the outbreak period in Paris in 2021, he was on the hot search list wearing a Gucci suit, but was questioned because it was a safe outfit and was considered to have no say in the fashion field. The counterattack in London in 2023, he customized a double-breasted trench coat with Tod's, which was praised by The Times as a keynote that completely changed the fashion status of Chinese stars. Milan became a god in 2025. The two top luxury brands competed to show their goodwill. Tod's delayed the opening time of the big show for him, and Gucci posted 3 waiting clips on the official ins. Behind the change in the brand's attitude, it is evident that Xiao Zhan's team has accurately grasped and applied the concepts of e-traffic. They reduced the marketing efforts of street photography at the airport and focused on in-depth co-creation with designers. Even during his trip to Milan, he did not bring a stylist with him. The entire process was planned and operated directly by the brand's headquarters. A total of 9 Chinese artists attended this Milan Fashion Week. Xiao Zhan's fracture-like victory exposed the truth of the industry. For example, a star squeezed into the show of a second-tier brand, but was ridiculed by many people on the internet and was called a photo fraud just because he over-retouched the pictures. At the same time, a young actress wore out-of-season high-end custom clothing, trying to copy the routine of outshining the crowd, but was pointed out that she did not understand that the essence of Fashion Week is actually a business dialogue. Xiao Zhan demonstrated his value with tangible sales performance. In the earnings call of Tod's, he was specifically mentioned and thanked by the CEO because he promoted the quarterly revenue of the Asia-Pacific region to achieve a 37% increase. This completed the important transformation from being selected to giving back to the brand, which is a real qualitative change. The root of this difference lies in the change of mentality. When other artists are still worried about whether they have a place, Xiao Zhan has been able to discuss with the senior management of LVMH how to use design language to analyze and reconstruct the aesthetics of the Song dynasty. The Chinese New Year's The Legend of the Condor Heroes, The Greatest Hero only stopped at 820 million yuan at the domestic box office, which was far from the expected level. However, it created a new record for Chinese martial arts films overseas. The North American box office exceeded $12 million in the first week, and the Rotten Tomatoes freshness was 89%. The audience said that Xiao Zhan's Guojing made the Oriental chivalry have a global resonance point. In many countries in Southeast Asia, the screening rate has made a new breakthrough. In the IMAX hall in Malaysia, there was such a scene. English audiences recited the classic scenes of Nine Yin Manual there. In Xiao Zhan, we can perceive that cultural output has played a role in feeding back domestic reputation. With the return of overseas popularity, the score of domestic platforms has achieved a reversal growth, from 6.1 to 7.9, and young audiences have also begun to watch it again to explore the details. However, we still need to rely on an objective attitude to look at the deep logic behind the phenomenon of this movie encountering ice and fire. It has to be mentioned that in the field of the domestic Spring Festival, there is a dilemma caused by the preference for family-friendly films, and martial arts-themed films are also showing a weak trend. At the same time, because the film is starred by Xiao Zhan, it seems to be unreasonably burdened with the argument of traffic original sin, which in turn leads to the theater chain's underestimation of its long-tail effect. Re-examining overseas opportunities, the hit of Yu Gu Yao starring Xiao Zhan on Disney Plus has not only cultivated a certain number of bases, but also relied on the alienation beauty of martial arts films for Western audiences. The Hollywood Reporter even bluntly stated that this is an extremely outstanding appearance of an Oriental superhero. Such The Legend of the Condor Heroes and such Guojing are both popular images in different aspects. In 2025, Xiao Zhan can be used as a landmark example in the continuous evolution of the top stream ecology. Even if the performance of his film works is not satisfactory, it doesn't matter. He is a top stream artist who speaks with strength. In the fashion field, he became the first Chinese actor to appear on the cover of the opening season of mainstream fashion magazines in Italy, France and the United Kingdom at one time. In the field of film and television, the TV series Legend of the Tibetan Sea starring him has become famous before it was broadcast. CCTV launched a preheating report in advance, saying that the series made a breakthrough interpretation of historical power struggles. Re-examining its commercial value, with 18 global endorsements, it has suppressed the top traffic in South Korea for 3 consecutive years in the Kantar Star Influence Index. Even so, he is still deeply trapped in the vortex of the debate between data and strength. Just like the enthusiastic comments on The Legend of the Condor Heroes on Douban, Are we relying on the prejudice caused by traffic to cover up the recognition of people who really have acting skills? We believe that Xiao Zhan has the ability to become a narrator who transcends the top stream and is also the bearer of the cultural symbols of fashion in the East and the West. From the Milan show to the New York theater, Xiao Zhan is tearing off all labels, proving that true superstars do not need to choose between local recognition and international ambitions. When the overseas audience of The Legend of the Condor Heroes shed tears for Guojing, and when the craftsmen of Todd's carefully adjusted the waist size of the coat, what we saw was not a flawless idol, but a pioneer who relied on professionalism to fight prejudice and break through difficulties. Judging from the response of fans, everyone has also seen some online controversies about Xiao Zhan's lack of appearance. Don't pay any attention to it. It's fake at first glance. The grand occasion of Xiao Zhan's attendance at Milan Fashion Week is vivid in our minds. In addition, there are many hot search topics about Xiao Zhan's Milan Fashion Week on the internet. Every time he appears, he is the focus of global attention. As Peter Pan, I am very proud. In short, I wish Xiao Zhan all the best and will continue to support him. I look forward to Xiao Zhan continuing to bloom on the world stage and strive to bring more wonderful performances to the audience. Xiao Zhan is an excellent all-round artist and a veritable high-quality positive energy idol. Supporting Xiao Zhan is beyond reproach.
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.